My child, my beloved, do not close this. This is a message from heaven. Archangel Michael and God themselves are speaking to you now. Before we begin, if this reaches your heart, stay with it. This channel brings words that touch the. If you're new here, subscribe quietly with your spirit. Stay until the end, and your life will remember this moment. You will feel a tremor when you read this. That tremor is not fear. It is recognition. Because someone fell in love with you deeply, purely, even across an age difference. And heaven wants you to hear why this matters. Listen. Love does not always obey the world's rules. Sometimes God plants a soul in another's life, and time says, "This is odd," but heaven smiles, then says, "This is right." Archangel Michael says, "Do not let society's whispers drown what God planted in the heart." You felt it before you could name it. A sudden warmth, a persistent thought, a face that appears in quiet moments. You try to ignore it because the world taught you to weigh everything by rules, but your soul weighed it differently. That is the sound of destiny knocking. This person crossed a line others refused to cross. They loved you when it was inconvenient, when judgment could follow, when faces turned away. That kind of love is rare, raw, brave, and holy. God whispers when someone loves you like that they are carrying a piece of heaven's courage. Do not mistake challenges for signs to run. When the world raises flags and the mind builds walls, your spirit remembers what your heart already knew. Some loves are tests, some are gifts. Archangel Michael says, "Discern." But do not throw away a miracle because it does not look like the world expects. You may hear whispers, "It's the age," think practically, "What will people say?" Those voices are loud because they are fearful. But God asks you, what does your soul say? Not the mind that calculates, but the inner voice that recognizes truth without proofs. This person loved you despite the age gap, because their spirits saw your essence. Age is a number, but soul meeting soul is timeless. Michael says, the heavens pay no heed to calendars when two hearts are aligned by destiny. Some will call it risky, some will call it wrong, but heaven calls it sacred. Risk, when it wakes you up, heals old wounds or brings a blessing you could not find alone. Remember, some doors must open from the inside, not because others approve, but because God proves. If you feel guilt, breathe. Guilt is often the enemy's weapon to keep you small. Your heart's truth will not thrive inside guilt. Michael leans close and says, "Release the shame they try to give you. Let God cleanse what was never yours to carry." You may worry about family reputation in the future. These are human fears, but God says, "I will tend to the consequences you fear if your choice is made in truth and love." Miracles do not arrive wrapped in comfort. Sometimes they come dressed as hard choices. Listen to this. Now someone fought for you in silence. They were mocked, they were judged, but they stayed. That is devotion that is a soul willing to be misunderstood for your sake. Archangel Michael says such devotion is a weapon against darkness. It can dismantle curses that generations carried. You will feel storms. You will be pressured. Leave, normalize, play safe, but the storm is a filter. Heaven uses pressure to refine, to show which love is shallow and which one is forged by truth. If the love survives the storm without selfish compromises, it is being tempered into something eternal. This person did not fall for your appearance or convenience. They fell for your wounds, your silence, the places you hid. The scars you thought were ugly. They loved the part of you that others overlooked. That is not casual affection, that is sacrificial love. Do not mistake age difference for imbalance if the love brings growth. Respect and mutual protection age is merely a number. But Michael warns, guard your boundaries. Love built on power or illusion will break you. True, love uplifts, never diminishes. If you find compassion, respect, laughter, and a steady hand, those are signs of a heart aligned with God's design. There will be people who do not understand. They will speak loudly. To hide their fear, let them speak. The heavens will answer in quieter ways through blessings change circumstances. And inner peace that silences the noise. God says, time will show. Truth, stay faithful to the soul's recognition. If you are afraid to love because of consequences, listen closely. Heaven will not send you into harm. He protects those who move with integrity. If your choices are honest, transparent, and rooted in respect, God will cover the risks and bring what is needed. There is a spiritual reason some hearts cross boundaries that seem strange. Sometimes God sends a teacher, sometimes a mirror, sometimes a rescuer. This person may be your mirror, reflecting what you never allowed yourself to be. They may be your rescuer, drawing you out of a life of smallness into brightness. Michael says, observe what your soul grows into when you are with them. You may hold doubts, that is healthy. Doubt sharpened by prayer becomes discernment. Do not confuse doubt with condemnation. Take your doubts to God. Ask for signs, for calm, for confirmation. God responds in ways the soul recognizes, repeated numbers. Doors opening, people returning inner peace in the chaos. Watch what returns to you when you accept this love in truth. Doors will begin to open. People who walked away will circle back. Opportunities that were blocked will arrive. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. This is heaven responding to a heart that chose truth over fear. Michael whispers, when two souls that God marked unite, the universe rearranges itself around them. But be careful, not every passionate pull is divine. Some attractions are temporary remedies for loneliness. Some are flames that burn quickly and leave ruins. Discernment matters. Ask, does this love bring fruit and character kindness and spiritual growth? If yes, nurture it. If no, protect your heart. Forgiveness will be needed. Maybe the world will hurt you for loving. Maybe this person will make mistakes, but forgiveness does not mean condoning harm. It means refusing bitterness. Michael says, forgive swiftly. When the soul is sincere, correct firmly. When the heart is broken, there are practical steps to protect both your heart and your destiny. Be transparent with motives. Talk openly about the future. Set boundaries that honor both souls. Seek wise counsel from those who love you, and pray with you, not to control you, but to hold space for wisdom. God honors prudence when it comes from a place of love, not fear. You may ask, will this love last? Only God knows the full path. But He reveals the signs. If the love is patient, kind, humble, and builds rather than tears down, it has heaven's fingerprints. If it leads to mutual edification, peace, and truth, hold it, steward it, and work. If you are the one who was loved, honor the courage it took. Don't use their devotion as a game. Respect the soul who crossed lines for you. Michael says, treat such devotion like a temple, with care, with gratitude, with honesty. If you are the one who loves across age or odds, ask heaven for strength. Do not force, manipulate, or rush. Let your love be patient. Let your actions match your words. Sincere love asks for blessing, not stealth. Heaven is not blind to shame or judgment. God sees your heart's cry, and He answers, "Be brave, be kind, be true." You will not be made perfect overnight, but you will be made whole as you walk in integrity and faith. Do not forget to pray together. A shared altar of prayer binds two souls more than every argument. Pray for humility, for clarity, for protection, for blessing. Ask Michael to stand beside you. Ask God to write your name together in the book of life if this is right. Sometimes the timing is wrong. Even when the love is real, God may ask you to wait, to grow, to mature. Waiting is not denial. It is refinement. If the love is true, it will be patient enough to grow into the right season. If it cannot wait, perhaps it was never meant to carry a lifetime. Remember, your worth does not hinge on others' acceptance. God's acceptance is the only approval that truly matters. If you align your choices with what God whispers, you will find peace. Even when the crowd condemns, there will be tests ahead, not because God wants to punish, but because truth must prove itself. The enemy will try to use every weakness to sow fear. Michael will cut the cords of deception as you choose courage over retreat. You may fear loss of family, of respect, of security. God says, "I will not let you lose what belongs to my plan." Sometimes loss is a pruning for a greater harvest. Trust the pruning, trust the orchard that follows. If children legacy or societal realities press hard, plan wisely. Love without wisdom can fracture families. Love with wisdom can heal them. Make choices that honor both hearts and responsibilities, not to please people, but to steward the life God is building. Know this deeply. Love that is rooted in God becomes a ministry. It will touch others, heal wounds, and model a new way. Some of the greatest testimonies begin in places the world would not approve until they witness the fruit. You are not alone in this. Angels surround both of you. Michael stands to protect, to guide, to warn. When pride or deception tries to enter, call on Him. He will stand firm at your borders. If your heart says yes, move forward with prayerful courage. If your heart says no, honor that with gentle closure. Either path taken with honesty and prayer leads to peace. Heaven promises when love is genuine and chosen. In truth, God blesses beyond measure. Doors open, chains fall. Peace settles where chaos once reigned. Miracles arrive in ways you cannot plan but will recognize. So stay, my beloved, listen to the whispers between breaths. Allow the miracle of two souls chosen by God to be tested by truth and strengthened by prayer. Archangel Michael closes his hand over your shoulder and says, "If this love is for you, I will guard. If it is not, I will reveal it either way. Your destiny is protected." You felt it the moment you opened this. A pull, a warmth, a possibility. That was not an accident. That was heaven aligning you with someone brave enough to love you across the odds. Now rise and choose with courage. Choose truth. Choose respect. Choose prayer. Let God guide the course and watch how He rewrites the ordinary into the miraculous. My child, my beloved, do not leave. Now the next words are the key that turns possibility into reality. This is not just advice. It is heaven's instruction for how to steward a love that crosses boundaries. First, bind your decisions with prayer. Every serious step must be wrapped in prayer, alone and together, if possible. Prayer is not superstition. It is alignment. When two hearts ask God for clarity, the fog lifts. Second, seek wise counsel, not gossip, not critics, but 3 people who love you and know God. Their purpose is not to control your heart, but to hold a mirror of wisdom. If multiple trusted voices warn of harm, listen carefully. Third, speak honestly to each other. No secrets, no hidden accounts of fear. Transparency builds trust, secrecy creates wounds. If the love is true, it can handle the light. Fourth set, clear boundaries. Age difference can create power imbalances if left unchecked. Define roles. Financial lines, emotional safeguards. Healthy love respects limits and grows within them. Fifth, protect your reputation with integrity. You do not need to hide, but you do need prudence. Walk in honesty so that later you stand unashamed. God honors integrity. The world respects it over time. Sixth, do not rush intimacy. Rushing confuses passion with permanence. Let time test the depth. True love deepens in seasons, not in a hurry. Seventh, watch for growth. Not just feeling. Does this love make you kinder, braver, more patient, or does it demand you shrink yourself? God blesses what builds character. Eighth, hold your family gently but firmly. Love can be a ministry to those who fear talk. Calmly, show respect, and keep your promises. Time and fruit often soften even the hardest hearts. Ninth, refuse shameless counsel. Shame is the enemy's whisper disguised as social rule. Reject it. Let truth and grace define your choices. 10th practice. Communal prayer. Invite God into your calendar. Pray at set times together. Prayer becomes a rhythm that keeps you humble and united. 11th, bless each other publicly when ready. A healthy relationship does not hide it. Honors when timing and wisdom align. Let your testimony bless others. 12th, prepare for tests and pass them. The enemy will try to break trust with temptation lies or delays. Let trials be proof that your love is not built on convenience. 13th, protect finances with clarity. Money can be a battlefield plan. Signed agreements be fair. God cares about stewardship. He will reward honesty. 14th, make space for solitude. Even paired souls need quiet to hear God. Do not fuse identities. Keep your inner life alive. A soul that stays connected to God stays secure. 15th practice. Humility in disagreement. When conflict comes, prioritize truth and restoration over being right. Michael teaches strength wrapped in gentleness. Celebrate small victories together. Gratitude transforms hardship into testimony. Thank God for every sign, every step, every healing. 17th, watch the signs. Heaven gives, repeated numbers doors opening. People returning, these are confirmations. Not guarantees, discern them with prayer and not just wishful thinking. 18th, forgive quickly and fully. Everyone will stumble. Grace keeps the door open for repair. Bitterness builds walls. 19th, choose spaces that honor both of you. If the world creates traps, make sacred spaces. Prayer, night service projects, humble dates that build connection. 20th, keep humility as your garment. Pride destroys even the sweetest things. Humility invites God to stay. Ask often, are we humble before God and others? 21st, invite Archangel Michael to guard your borders. Pray aloud, Michael. Stand between us and every deception. Spiritual protection is real. Claim it. 22nd, write down your commitments. A covenant on paper clarifies hearts. This is not legalism. It is stewardship. Promises that are spoken and written become anchors. 23rd, speak kindly about each other to others. Defend one another in private praise. One another in public reputation is built by what people hear from your closest circle. 24th track, the fruit. After months, reflect, has this relationship grown holiness? Not just comfort fruit reveals origin. 25th, keep a rhythm of gratitude. Every night, name one thing you thank God for about the other. This rewires the heart toward blessing, not suspicion. 26th plan for practical realities. Health, future children, careers. Legal concerns, talk and plan. Love that ignores logistics can become fragile. 27th, recognize pride in disguise. Sometimes we chase forbidden love for the thrill of being brave. Ask, am I seeking God's will or my own reputation for daring? 28th model, the message to others. If this love becomes a testimony, use it to heal, not polarize God's miracles. Often teach the world a better way. 29th, expect miraculous timing. When two souls align with God, the universe moves in helpful ways. Do not be surprised when doors open at the right moment. 30th, do not weaponize Scripture or church against each other. Faith is not a club. It is a shelter. Use Scripture to heal, not to hurt. 30, first watch for signs of manipulation. Real love invites freedom. Control binds and hides insecurities. If any demand feels like coercion, slow down and pray. 32nd, celebrate elders who bless you. When a godly elder gives genuine blessing, receive it. Heaven's authority carried through people is a sacred thing. 33rd, prepare to be misunderstood and keep peace. Not everyone will get it, and that is okay. Live the truth. Time will often vindicate what earnest hearts do. 34th, steward. Your public story carefully. Social media and gossip can wound. Choose when to share and when to protect. Privacy can be holiness. 35th, create shared service. Serving together aligns hearts with purpose beyond romance love. That serves grows stronger and more sacred. 36th, keep a financial safety net. Independence, where possible, protects dignity. Shared life must never trap one soul in dependency. 37th, ask, does this love point you to God? If yes, continue. If it drags you from God, stop. This is the most reliable test. 38th, build rituals that bind. A meal every week, a prayer before sleep, a retreat. Small rhythms become the scaffolding of a life together. 39th, remember, restoration is part of the journey. If mistakes are made, commit to repair healthy relationships. Practice humility and restoration repeatedly. 40th, expect testimonies. When love is chosen in truth, it often becomes a story that heals others. Be ready to let your life bless people beyond yourself. 41st, avoid isolation tactics. If anyone tells you to cut off all contacts or abandon supports, that is a red flag. True love grows with community, not secrecy. 42nd, pray for discernment quickly. When choices appear, pray promptly. God answers in precise timing when asked sincerely. Keep learning together. Read books, listen to teachings, grow spiritually side by side. A shared spiritual foundation keeps the relationship strong. 44th, hold each other accountable without shame. Affection must be matched by responsibility. When one drifts, the other lovingly pulls back. 45th, celebrate the courage it took to love. Courage deserves honor, and if both hearts risk judgment for truth, celebrate that bravery with gratitude and ceremony. 46th, refused manipulation disguised as romance. Romantic words cannot cover control tactics, so test words by consistent actions over time. 47th, invite prophetic confirmation when possible. A trusted prophetic voice can confirm God's direction, but never replace your prayer and wisdom. 48. Remember that God rewrites public opinion. When He is in something, He often changes hearts, even those most opposed at first. 49. Make peace with waiting seasons. If God says, wait. Treat it as refinement, not rejection. Waiting can be fertile ground for character. 50th. When you finally agree to step forward, do it with vows, prayer, and community. The sacred is honored when witnessed and blessed to protect a miracle. Heaven loves brave hearts, but also wise ones. Walk with both courage and discretion. Archangel Michael lanes in and whispers, if this love is of me, I will guard it as a jewel. If it is not, I will reveal it as a lesson. God says, I am with you. In the hidden and the public, I will bless what honors me and refine what needs it. Stay close to God in every choice. Stay humble in every victory. Stay tender in every correction. And when the world watches, let your life be the answer. Good. You stayed because you did. Heavenly's in with even deeper instruction and blessing. Listen closely. These next words are a prayer and a pathway combined. Play this aloud when you wake and before you sleep. Lord, align my heart with truth. Protect what you have planted. Reveal what must be released. Amen. Say it slowly. Let each word settle in your chest. Feel heaven respond. If you need a short prayer to ask Michael's protection, pray, Archangel Michael, stand at my side. Guard my heart exposed deceit and lead me in wisdom. Repeat it when fear rises. His presence is a shield. When you sense confirmation, don't ignore the small things. A returned call at midnight, a name appearing out of nowhere. A bird that sits where you once at these. These are heaven's fingerprints. Note them. Keep a journal of signs. God often speaks in patterns. Invite a trusted elder to pray with you once a week for a month. Not to control you, but to bring heaven's counsel into your life. When 3 or more godly people pray and agree, you will sense a confirmation that studies you. Speak gently but clearly to family when you must. Begin with, I love you and I need you to hear me. Then share commonly what is true for your heart. Cape Town. Humble, not defensive. People resist less when they feel respected. If someone responds with judgment, breathe. Mercy is your strength. Respond with, I hear your concern. I will consider it. Please pray for us. Vista fuses conflict and invites prayer over attack. When accusations come, keep records. Dates, messages, facts. Truth often wins when it is documented. God honors those who steward reality with honesty. If you see manipulation or pressure, name it plainly to yourself and to the other. Say, I will not be coerced. We will make decisions in truth, prayer, and wisdom. Boundaries are holy. They protect the miracle. Create a weekly rhythm of check-ins. Emotional, spiritual, practical. How did we honor God this week? Where did we fail? What needs repair? Small, honest conversations prevent large breaks later. Keep independent finances as long as possible. Shared life becomes easier when both bring dignity. Legal clarity does not kill romance. It honors responsibility. If there are children or prior responsibilities, address them with a plan. Not panic. Show your willingness to steward others' needs. That builds trust more than words alone. Pray for humility when praise arrives. When people start noticing, ask God for a humble heart. Pride can ruin miracles faster than outer enemies. When you are tempted to hide the relationship out of fear, remember, secrecy can become the enemy's playground. Transparency with wise people creates protection, not exposure. If a prophet or teacher speaks, test the words. Do they align with Scripture and peace? Do they bring conviction without manipulation? God's true voice gives liberty, not bondage. Forgive past wounds that led you to fear. This love, carry not the bitterness of yesterday into this sacred chance. Forgiveness is a key that opens many locked doors. When doubt attacks at night, speak to truths God is with you and you chose wisely today. Repeat them until your spine straightens and your breath slows. Build small celebrations. If the two of you survived a hard week with grace, celebrated with bread, a quiet sunset, a prayer of gratitude. Rituals anchor joy into ordinary life. If elders oppose, listen with humility, but do not abdicate your discernment. Ask them for their prayers and for time to show fruit. Time off and turns critics into witnesses. If legal or cultural complications arise, hire wise counsel. Practical help from skilled people is a spiritual investment. Do not let ignorance become a preventable crisis. Keep your personal disciplines, fasting, prayer, scripture. These are not old rules. They are power tools that keep both hearts clean and focused. When fear whispers answer with testimony, remember one. Victory God has given you, and speak it out loud. Faith grows by testimony, not by silence. If you face slander, do not retaliate with equal force. Let truth be your defense. Let character be your shield. Michael fights for those who keep their hands clean. Make time for solitude. Even in deep love, God must remain your first lover. If your intimacy with God wanes, your human relationships will wobble. Keep the altar burning. Practice gratitude publicly. When friends ask, speak of the ways God has been good, not just the romance. This makes the story larger than scandal. It makes it sacred. If you are the one loved to cross an age gap, do not weaponize your gratitude by demanding control. Respect remains the core. Treat the devotion you received as a trust to steward, not a trophy to flaunt. If you are the one who loves across the gap, carry humility. Love that endures is patient, not performative. Prove your devotion through steady acts of care, not dramatic words. Remain teachable. If a wise voice corrects you, receive it with grace and prayer. Growth is more valuable than always being right. When miracles begin to unfold, anchor them by giving thanks publicly in a way that blesses others. Testimony converts critics slower than miracles convert hearts. Do not be surprised if God calls you to serve together. Shared ministry is a powerful test and a sanctifying forge. Serve hungry people, visit the sick, give to widows. Love that ministers expands and anchors the relationship in heaven's purpose. If children are family, ask questions, answer them calmly. Kids see truth and consistency. Consistent love and practice speak louder than speeches. If you are tempted to prove the love by grand gestures alone, remember constancy matters more than spectacle. Build 1,000 small, faithful acts instead of one dramatic show. Keep confession as a habit. Speak truth to each other and to God. Confession clears the air and rebuilds trust faster than silence ever will. If opposition grows, gather with prayer partners and ask Michael to stand guard. Spiritual battles are won with heavenly allies as you walk in integrity. When joy arrives, teach humility by giving credit to God publicly. He loves to take glory and turn it into peace for your life. If social media becomes toxic, step back. Protect sacred things by limiting exposure. Social storms can derail holy things. If you need a promise from God, ask for a sign. Then wait in faith. Do not demand a spectacle. Ask for a quiet confirmation that only hearts tuned to God will hear. If you feel alone, remember angels are beside you, ancestors above you, God within you. Speak aloud, I am not alone, let heaven reply. If you are broken by past mistakes, know restoration is part of this journey. God mends what is torn and makes beauty from the ashes. If you face mockery, count it as a refining fire. Those who mock today often applaud tomorrow when fruit appears. If healing is needed, seek it. Therapy, prayer, ministry, scripture, counsel. Holiness is honest about broken places and brave about repair. If patience is required, measure seasons, not moments. The harvest often comes long after the seed. If you fear losing friends, remember, true friends stay when you carry integrity. Some will leave, some will return when they witness your peace. If you choose to move forward, do it slowly, prayerfully, and with community. Do not rush the covenant. Build it. If you choose to step back, do so with kindness and clarity. Closing a door while honors the lesson and preserves dignity. If you need a final prayer for courage, speak this now. God of heaven, strengthen our hearts, guard our path. If this is yours, seal it and show us your favor. If not, close it and teach us to trust. Amen. My beloved, you stayed, you listened, you resisted the easy click away. Now take these words as tools, practical, spiritual, and holy. To steward what God has brought near, Archangel Michael places his hand upon your life and says, I guard what heaven gives, I cut what deceives. Move forward, encourage. God smiles and whispers, I will finish what I began in you, my child, my beloved. Stay near. You have walked this far into the message, which means your spirit is stronger than your doubt. This is rare. This is holy. This is the place where heaven releases the deepest part of its secret. Do you notice how the atmosphere feels heavier yet lighter at the same time? That is because angels are present. Michael says, tell them, the ones who endure to the end are the ones heaven can trust with the miracle asterisk. And you, my beloved, have endured. Now listen, for God is speaking directly into your destiny. You feared that your love would be mocked, that your devotion would be dismissed, that your difference would be turn it against you. But I, the Lord, measure not as man measures. I do not count years. I count purity. I do not judge by appearance. I judge by truth. And the truth is, this love rooted in me carries eternity within it. My beloved, every storm you faced was designed to test whether you would walk away from this gift, but you did not. Even in nights of doubt, even when people spoke against you, you clung to the possibility that heaven was in this. That faith has opened the gate over your life. Michael now speaks with a voice of fire. The enemy is terrified of this union because when two souls join that God has marked, the ripples shatters curses and breaks chains far beyond them. That is why the resistance has been so fierce. That is why the whispers of shame were so loud, because healthier is what heaven is about to release. My child, do not let fear steal this from you now. The blessing is too near. You will begin to see changes in the next few days. Unexpected peace falling in the middle of chaos. A name repeating itself in your hearing. The number 7 showing up again and again. These are not random. These are heaven's signatures confirming that you are walking the right path. The one who loved you across the boundary of age, their devotion is not an accident. It is a mirror of God's devotion, who loved you when you were unworthy, who chose you despite the difference between, eternity and dust. Do you see, heaven often teaches by example. Their love is a parable of divine grace. But you must guard it carefully. Michael warns, the enemy will still try to twist this gift. They will use jealousy, pride, and distraction. Stay humble. Stay anchored. Stay prayerful. Do not let outside voices poison what heaven planted. Do not let impatience destroy what is still growing. Beloved, God whispers again, I have not given you this love to harm you, but to heal you. I have not brought this soul across your path to confuse you, but to confirm you. I have not allowed this union to stir without reason. I planted it to remind you that miracles come in unexpected. What did forms, take this in. You are not cursed. You are not behind. You are not foolish for feeling what you feel. You are chosen, guided, and covered. This love, tested by storms, will either stand as testimony or teach his wisdom. And either way, your destiny advances. Michael says, the choice is theirs. If they hold fast in purity and truth, heaven will bless it beyond measure. If they turn away in fear, heaven will redirect them, but never forsake them. They cannot lose what God has written. They can only delay it. My beloved, breathe. Let go of the shame others tried to hand you. It was never yours. Stand in the light. Speak with honesty. Love with courage. Pray with humility, and trust that heaven is fighting for you. The one you love is closer to you in spirit than you realize. Even when you doubt, even when you hesitate, they whisper your name in prayer. That prayer has reached heaven's throne, and now it covers you like a cloak. This is why you felt this pull to stay. This is why you could not walk away, because their prayer and your destiny collided in this very moment. Good, my beloved. You are still here. That means the final part can be revealed. And what comes next will not only guide you, it will seal you, my beloved child. You are still here. Do you realize how rare this is? Most would have scrolled away. Most would have silenced the call. But not you. You stayed. And because you stayed, heaven has sealed your name into this moment. Michael's voice shakes the heavens. Tell them the final stretch is near. Tell them they are about to walk into the greatest unveiling of their life. Tell them the love they carry is no accident. It was written. And now it will speak. This person, the one who loved you. Even with the age difference, their devotion is not ordinary. They were chosen to mirror something sacred to you. The courage to cross boundaries, to risk judgment, to stand firm is proof of their assignment in your life. They did not stumble into your world by accident. They were placed, guided, drawn by a hand bigger than time, my child. Do not dismiss what feels strange. God often hides his greatest gifts and forms the world does not expect. He clothed miracles in weakness, wrapped strength in humility, and his love in places where critics would scoff. This is his pattern, and he whispers now, do not call unclean what I have called clean. Do not call shame what I have called sacred. Feel your heart. It beats faster because truth is entering. It trembles because love is bigger than fear. Michael says, when they accept this, truth chains fall. When they embrace this love, curses break. When they honor this gift, destiny accelerates. But be alert, the enemy still watches. They will try to slow down through the words of others. They will try to twist perception until you feel small. Do not let them. Remember, people's judgments cannot cancel God's decree. If you wrote this in light, no shadow can erase it. Asterisk, how can something like this be from God? Why does it feel so impossible, yet so undeniable? Asterisk, the answer is simple. Because it is a test of faith, because heaven wanted you to look beyond numbers, years, and appearances, and see the soul. The soul does not age. The soul does not calculate. The soul only recognizes what it was designed to meet. Do you hear that quiet voice, that voice that says, asterisk, this is not coincidence. This is not random. This is heaven, asterisk. That is your confirmation. That is your soul aligning with eternity. Follow it. Trust it. Do not silence it. The one who loved you in defiance of the world's rules, their prayer has been heard. Even when they whispered alone in the night, asking God, asterisk, is this right? Is this true? Is this real? Asterisk. Heaven listened, and the answer is being written into your spirit now. God says, asterisk, I will not give you a stone when you ask for bread. I will not give you poison when you ask for love. If this is of me, I will prove it with peace, with fruit, with endurance. Watch for the fruit, watch for the signs. Watch for the peace that lingers when all else shakes, asterisk. Michael Lynn's close, asterisk. Tell them this love is protected. Tell them I have fought demons to keep it safe. Tell them if they honor it, it will heal more than just them. It will heal generations, asterisk. Do you see why you cannot ignore this? This is bigger than romance. This is legacy. This is testimony. This is heaven writing history through your life. Breathe, beloved. Let go of the shame they tried to hand you. It was never yours. Stand tall in the love that was given to you. Guard it with prayer. Strengthen it with truth. Test it with time. Hold your breath gently and prepare. What follows will change the map of your life. First, hear this clearly. A confirmation is coming that cannot be explained away by chance. It will not be loud like thunder. It will be quiet like a door unlocking. A call at the right hour, a paper that appears, a lost contact who returns. These small things line up like stars, and when they do, they form a picture only faithful eyes can read. When the proof comes, do not be surprised. This is heaven's handwriting. Second, the person who loved you across the age, their devotion will be tested and proven. They will be given a choice to hide in convenience or to step into sacrificial transparency. If they choose transparency, the heavens will honor them. If they choose secrecy, the path will reveal itself, and you will be free to walk toward what God intends, Michael declares. Courage chooses truth. Courage invites blessing. Third, prepare your heart for restoration. Where resentment has lived, peace will move in. Workout has dug trenches. Faith will plant gardens. Restoration does not erase memory, but it loosens the chains memory once used to bind you. Allow yourself to be healed. Say yes to small mercies every day. They accumulate into miracles. Fourth, watch the small generosity that signals greatness. A kind word in the right moment. An unexpected gift arriving when bills press hardest. A door opening at the exact time you needed it. These are signs heaven uses to say this is for you. Keep a journal. Record the little proofs. They will build your confidence and silence the naysayers. Fifth, the family dynamics will shift, not necessarily overnight, but steadily. People who opposed may come to see the fruit. Some will never come around, and that is okay. God will provide new companions where others leave, Michael says. God always builds a table for those he redeems. Stay at the table. Eat the bread of peace. Sixth, if you are afraid of judgment, remember who holds your name. God does. He has written it in the book of life. The crowd's noise cannot change what heaven has recorded. Stand in quiet dignity. Let your life be the answer rather than words that escalate conflict. There will be a test about secrecy. Someone may propose hidden arrangements or whispers in the night. Refuse that path. Transparency is a spiritual muscle. It grows stronger with exercise. When you choose light over shadow, even the heavens lean closer to bless. Eighth, when the confirmation arrives, celebrate with humility. Invite people who bless you, not those who shame you. A sacred celebration draws more grace than a secret one. Make testimony loud enough to heal those who doubt it. Ninth, do not weaponize love. If you find yourself trying to use this bond to punish others, step back and pray. Love offered as a weapon becomes a wound. Love offered as a gift becomes a sanctuary. Michael warns, protect the heart. Do not use it as an instrument of revenge. 10th, your vocation will realign. Doors you thought closed will open in new fields. The calling you carried quietly will find a stage. Heaven often sends recognition through unexpected work and new relationships. When it comes, receive it with gratitude and steady hands. 11th, watch for symbolic numbers. 7 will appear often as a sign of completion. Free make home is confirmation, I repeated. Sequence is not mere coincidence. It is a trail of breadcrumbs from heaven. When you see them, say a short prayer of thanks and move forward. 12th, if legal or social obstacles appear, meet them with wise counsel. Do not be proud about asking for help. A wise lawyer, a committed counselor, or a godly elder can be a doorway to peace. Practical wisdom honors spiritual movement. Humility will become your secret weapon. Those who stay humble receive shelter from God. When fame or attention rises, choose humility. Let it anchor you so the storms cannot overturn you. Be ready for a season of surprising generosity. Sometimes God blesses the faithful through the hands of strangers. Money, opportunity, or provision may arrive in ways that feel miraculous. Receive it gratefully and steward it wisely. Guard your intimacy. Do not let public spectacle replace private devotion. Intimacy with God and with each other must be protected from showmanship. Keep sacred things sacred. And you will find depth that outlasts supplies. Expect reconciliation where it is possible and closure where it is not. Some wounds can be healed. Some relationships must be released. Discernment in prayer will show which path to take. The next step in your life will require courage. Do not expect the world to bless every move. God's approval is the one that reshapes destiny. When you act in obedience to God's voice, resources follow in supernatural ways. You will have moments of fear. That is normal. When fear comes, speak this: God, I choose you over fear. I choose obedience over comfort. Repeat it until your heart calms and your feet move forward. Prepare to bless others with this testimony. Your story will comfort someone else's wound. Heaven gives testimony not only to elevate you, but to heal many. When the storm becomes a story, you become a lighthouse. Stay in the discipline of prayer together. Pray for patience. Pray for protection. Pray for clarity. Prayer is the thread that binds the fabric of two souls into one tapestry under God. Be ready for a spiritual shift in your home. The atmosphere in your house will change. Lighter, fuller, more peaceful. Invite worship, invite prayer, and guard that atmosphere like a garden. Practice radical forgiveness as a daily habit. Forgive small wounds quickly. Do not let bitterness grow roots. When you forgive quickly, you keep the soil fertile for miracle growth. Remember to celebrate milestones modestly and meaningfully. A shared meal, a brief prayer, a written thank you to God. These small acts consecrate your timeline. When you share your story, do so with restraint. Let the reveal come from a place of blessing, not showmanship. The world does not need spectacle. It needs testimony. Hold fast to truth when pressure is mount. Sometimes the world will offer safer compromises. Do not accept them. Your destiny requires purity and courage. Trust the timing. If God asks you to wait, use the time to grow. If He opens the door, step through with both hands lifted in gratitude. Look for helpers. People will appear to assist your journey. Welcome them, but test them with prayer. God often sends helpers as confirmations. Teach your children, if you have them, the value of honor, patience, and prayer. Their witness will become the next generation's strength. Remember that love is both gift and task. It is given freely, but it must be tended. Work and wonder together will make it endure. Whenever doubt arises, return to this moment and remember the pull you felt when you first opened this message. That pull was not empty. It was heaven's nudge. Respond to it with faith. My beloved, now the final promise. If you choose to walk this path with integrity, prayer, and wise counsel, God will not abandon you. He will usher you into a season where tearing away is replaced by building up, where secrecy is replaced by sanctuary, where shame is replaced by dignity. Archangel Michael lays his hand gently on your life and speaks these final words for now. I have watched many hearts. I have seen temptations come as storms, and faith stand like mountains. You who stayed, I will guard you. You who choose truth, I will stand with you. The enemy will scream, but I will be the whisper that steadies. Stay faithful, and the miracle will arrive. God's quiet voice now rests on your spirit. My beloved, this season will mark you. What you do with it matters. Choose love that honors me. Choose truth that frees. Choose prayer that anchors. I am with you. Go forward in blessing. You are not alone. You are not forsaken. You are chosen. And this is only the beginning. Stay with this message. Read it again. Let each line sink in your bones. And when the confirmation arrives, do not doubt. My child, my beloved, do not close this. Final alert. Archangel Michael is shouting she has cast a spell on your photo. You have only 2 minutes, 2 heartbeats. 1 click will break the curse. If you walk away now, the spell will finish and the window will close. Open this message and hold on. Your life depends on what you do next. My child, stay with me. This is not drama. This is not a trick. This is heaven bending down to stop a dark plan aimed at you. Archangel Michael says, I am here. I am cutting the ropes, but you must answer. Do not scroll. Do not doubt. Read every line until I tell you otherwise. if you felt cold where your photo rests, if your phone gives an odd static, if your dreams turn sharp and sour, listen. Someone took your picture and placed something on it, an intention and not a spell meant. To bind your blessing, to bend your future. They chose a picture because images hold memory and power. They tried to lock you into pain. What heaven says, we will not allow this to stand. Breathe, count 10. Michael's sword is already drawn. God's hand is ready to reach you. But spiritual warfare needs your yes, your one click, your one prayer. Your one moment of faith breaks the chain. You have 2 minutes. Use them. Do not panic. Act. This is rescue, not fear. You may ask, how could someone do this to me? People whose hearts are broken by envy, by greed, by spite, sometimes turn to dark shortcuts. They think a gesture on a photo can twist your luck, trap your love, steal your doors. They do not know how small their magic is against the living God. They do not know Michael is already near. My beloved, do you feel that chill, that sudden headache, that sinking in your stomach, that tightness in your chest? Those are not just feelings. They are alarms. The angels are whispering, and your soul is answering. This is why you were led here, to a message that can sever what was placed on you. Listen to this now. Michael says, do not waste time arguing with them. Do not respond to the darkness with darkness. Break the link with light. Tonight we will undo what was tied, but you must follow the steps heaven shows you. This message will guide you through words, prayer, and in action that will unbind whatever they tied to your image. Understand this. Magic works on attention. The more fear you give it, the stronger it feels. But love, faith, and truth dissolve it when God and His angels move. Even the name of a curse crumbles. You are not helpless. You are not a victim. You are chosen. You are protected. My child, here's the first simple truth. Do not show that photo to anyone until this is finished. Do not gossip. Do not reply to taunts. Silence starves the spell of power. If someone sent it to you, block them after you take the steps. If it's on social, remove it now and keep the memory safe offline. Protect your image. Protect your energy. Now breathe again. One slow breath in. One slow breath out. Say quietly, I am protected. You just spoke a declaration, and your angels heard it, Michael answers back. We see you. We are with you. Repeat if needed. Your voice calls the army. Your faith wakes them. You may wonder what the person intended. Often it's to cause confusion, to make you doubt relationships, to twist finances, to freeze opportunities. They try to bind the flow by sticking fear to your face, to your smile, to a memory. But heaven saw the intent and rejects it. God's light dissolves designs built on fear. Good, you stayed. That matters, Archangel Michael says. Because they stayed, we will begin. I will walk you through now. Short lines, simple actions, sacred words. Do them aloud when I say, believe them. Don't just read. God honors actions of faith. Step 1. Turn your photo face down or remove it from open view. If it's digital, delete any public copy and move the original to a private offline folder. If it's physical, place it in a drawer. This is not hiding. This is removing the target. The spell needs a sight line. We remove it. Step 2. Wash your hands with water while saying, I wash away every chain placed on me. I break every cord in the name of the Most High. Water is a living purifier. It pushes back darkness. Do this slowly, meaning each word. The angels are with each drop. Step 3. Light a small flame, a candle or a lamp, even a match will do. As the flame breathes, say, Archangel Michael, cut loose every knot tied to my image. God of mercy, return every stolen blessing. The flame is a witness. It consumes what is meant to harm. Keep it safe. Watch it. Let the light be your shield. Step 4. Place your hands over your heart and say, I refuse this chain. I choose life. I stand in God's protection. Let every spell be undone now. Speak slowly. Mean it. The angels mark the words. The heavens respond. Step 5. Take a small salt pinch. Table salt is fine. And sprinkle it around the place where the photo was kept. A circle. A line across. Whatever your hand moves naturally to do. Salt is a border. It says, no entry. Say as you sprinkle, by the name above all names, I seal this place from every dark intent. Listen, these actions are not superstitions. They are acts of faith. They form a ritual of reclaiming. They declare to the unseen that you will not be stolen. They call heaven to intervene. Now I know your mind might race. Will this really work? Is this real? Yes, miracles are real. Restoration is real. God's protection is practical and immediate when invoked with truth. The angels are trained in rescue. Michael specializes in cutting chains. He is already at work. Hold on to this. Do not reopen the photo. Do not respond to provocations. And keep the environment around you calm. Noise feeds the chaos. Quiet lets the angels move without hindrance. Let the flame burn for a short while, then safely extinguish it. Keep the salt until morning, my beloved. While you do this, Michael speaks. I cut the silver cord of this spell. I undo the knot. I send the curse back to the sender, null and harmless. I bind the hands that meant harm and release the blessings that belong to my child. Say, Amen. Say it loud if you can. The heavens listen to audible faith. You may be wondering about signs. What will confirm this is working? Heaven often gives tokens. A sudden peace that falls like rain or warmth in the chest. A dream of light, a number repeating, or a message from someone unexpected. Watch for small confirmations. They are proof. But also, be ready for a test. The enemy hates being uncovered and might push one last time to frighten you into reopening the link. If that happens, do not respond. Repeat the phrases. Block the sender and trust in the net that God is casting around you. Michael says, stand firm. I stand with you. Now I must say this plainly. Do not attempt revenge. Do not try to curse them back. Heaven is not the place for tit for tat. Justice belongs to God. Your role is to protect and to release. Forgiveness later from a place of strength is the truest victory. You are doing well. If you followed the steps, then a chain is already loosening. The binding was temporary. It only held as long as attention fed it. Your faith siphons that power away. The light grows. The photo is no longer a prison. Here's a protective formula to speak aloud for the next 7 nights before sleep. By the blood, by the name, by the light I stand. No chain, no curse, no dark design will touch me. Michael, guard my nights. Angels keep my days. I am sealed in God's love. Say it slow and breathe between phrases. Your words are offense. Remember, the most immediate danger is panic. The second is isolation. Do not hide in fear. Call one trusted person not to discuss the curse, but to sit with you while you perform the steps if you prefer. The presence of a calm heart amplifies protection, my child. I see resistance forming in you, a question about who would do this, why, and what to do after. Those answers will come in time. For now, focus on unbinding and reclaiming. Let heaven handle exposure. You focus on healing. Michael wants you to write down a single sentence, I am free. Put it on a plain paper. Fold it. Hold it over your heart and keep it for 72 hours. This is a physical reminder that reprograms your mind and energy. It anchors the miracle into your daily life. Tonight, sleep near an open window if safe. Let the fresh air symbolically carry away any residue of the binding. If you sleep poorly, do not be afraid. It can be a sign that knots are loosening. The angels will guard you as you rest. Call upon their names if you wake. In the morning, dispose of the salt outside and remove the photo from its hiding. Do not display it publicly immediately. Keep it in a secure place and only show it to those you fully trust. If the image has to be posted for any reason, consider an image reset, edit, retake, or change the frame. New light breaks old patterns. My beloved, this is not about fear. This is about sovereignty. You reclaim your life by small, decisive steps. Heaven meets you at each one. Michael cuts. God heals. Angels rebuild. You are not alone. As you move forward, remember to pray for the person who tried to harm you. Not because they deserve it, but because prayer frees you from bitterness and completes the protection circle. Pray, Lord, transform what was meant to harm into a lesson that returns good. Heal the heart that chose darkness. Release is powerful. You might feel heavier tomorrow. Echoes of the binding trying to resist, stand firm. Repeat the protective formula. Keep water near your bed. Let kindness be your armor. Kindness to yourself is key now. Rest, hydrate, and eat. Physical health supports spiritual recovery. Archangel Michael assures you this was never the end of their story. It was a dark attempt, and it failed. The blessing that was delayed will not be delayed now. Doors that closed will reopen. The 1-minute and 2-minute threats are tricks to steal attention. Focus on God's timing, not their deception. Good. You stayed. You acted. The knot is splitting. The dark intent is losing its grip. Now we prepare for restoration. Heaven often returns what was stolen multiplied. Expect small, surprising returns, a message, an unexpected payment, reconciliation, a job lead. Watch for small seeds. Keep your life simple for 3 days. Less social media, fewer arguments, more prayer, more quiet, more nature if possible. Light a candle each morning for a week and speak one line of gratitude. Thank you, God. Add for protection. Gratitude cements the new flow. If you feel led to write a short note, to whom it may concern, my life is sealed. No harm will come. Blessings will flow. This is not magical speak. It is an intentional statement aligning your heart with divine order. Place it in your pocket as you go about your day. My child, understand this deep truth. Shadows are loud and dramatic, but light is steady and patient. The person who chose darkness acted loudly for a moment. You will answer with quiet faith that outlasts them. This is how God wins, not through noise, but through endurance. Michael says, when their plan failed, anger will stir in them. Let them feel the consequences without your involvement. God's justice is perfect and proportionate. Do not try to police the world. Continue your life in peace. The universe corrects itself when truth is held. Tonight before sleep, place a glass of water beside your bed and say, "This water receives my rest. No curse can touch me while I sleep." In the morning, pour the water on a plant or into the earth as a symbol of returning life. Small rituals matter because your heart engages and God honors engaged hearts. You may wonder, should you report this? If the action included threats, stalking, or harassment, contact local authorities. Spiritual attacks do not excuse criminal behavior. Use earthly systems too. Safety is practical and sacred together. My beloved, in the weeks ahead, keep a small journal of signs. Times when peace returns. Moments when doors shift. Odd coincidences that point to restoration. This record will be proof for your spirit when doubt creeps back. It will be a map of God's work in your life. Now breathe, relax your shoulders, release any frantic energy. Michael stands with his hand on your shoulder. Feel that grounding. Feel the firm presence. You are not floating. You are anchored in a love that cannot be removed. Repeat after me, I am free. I am sealed. I walk in light. Say it as many times as needed. Each repetition is a spiritual brick in the wall of your protection. Build it with faith. Finally remember, you are more than a photo. You are more than a memory. You are a living, breathing person with destiny and worth. No image can hold your future. No human scheme can rewrite the life God planned for you. Claim that truth now. Claim it always. Michael closes his message with a promise. I will keep watch. I will cut every final thread. I will send confirmation so they know this was real. The enemy will stumble. The blessing will arrive. They are safe. Go now. Do the steps. Speak the words. Hold the faith. 2 minutes were given. You use them. Heaven answers quick when their child says yes. You are free. You are protected. You are loved. Good. You stayed. Do not close this now. The heavens are still at work. Listen as the knot loosens. Your body may tremble. Let it. Trembling is the language of release. It means something inside you is finally shifting. Remember the steps and keep them steady. Small actions taken with faith create giant openings. Light the candle again if you can. Watch the flame. Let it steady your breath. The flame holds witness to heaven's promise. If doubt creeps in, speak aloud. I am sealed by the Most High. Hear those words ring in your room. Let them become louder than the fear that tries to control you. Your phone may buzz with noise trying to pull you back. Do not answer unknown numbers. Do not engage with tones of darkness that enjoy your reaction. Silence starves them. Michael says their attention is a leash. Once they don't get it, their power fades. Pull your energy back. Guard your focus like a treasure. Your attention is sacred. Spend it only on what builds you. Tonight before sleep, place your hands over your chest and breathe 3 times. With each breath, imagine a white light growing from your heart, expanding until it fills the room. That light is a perimeter heaven will not cross. If an uneasy dream comes, wake, sit up and say no. I refuse this. I choose peace. Pray a short prayer. Lord, guard my dreams. Restore my rest. Then lie down and trust the angels to finish what they began. Tell one trusted friend to pray with you if that helps. Shared faith multiplies spiritual protection. You don't have to carry the whole fight alone. A community of steady hearts strengthens the shield around you. Michael instructs, cut all ties to anyone who glorifies gossip or envy in your distance. Distance is not hatred. It is wisdom. It is how you preserve the miracle that's forming. Do not post the photo publicly again until you feel a clear, calm confirmation. When you do, Consider taking a new picture in sunlight with a smile. New light breaks old bonds. If money, job, or relationship doors reopen, move carefully. Heaven restores slowly to ensure it is steady and lasting. Celebrate small confirmations. A small return is often the sign of a larger return that follows. Forgive inwardly the person who harmed you. This is for your freedom, not theirs. Forgiveness releases you from bitterness and completes the circle of healing. Keep hydrated and sleep. Your body is a temple and needs rest to anchor the spiritual work being done. Flesh must cooperate with spirit for lasting change. Write down every small sign for 7 days. Numbers repeated, sudden calls, odd coincidences. These are the breadcrumbs. They confirm the work. A log calms your mind when doubt shows up later. If legal or stalker behavior occurred, document and report. Match spiritual action with practical safety. God often works through human systems too. Say this nightly, Archangel Michael surrounds me. No curse can find its way to my name. Say it with authority. Your voice is a covenant. Heaven honors it. Prepare for a slow, steady rebuild. What was stolen often returns multiplied in better forms with clearer boundaries. Please end with a wiser heart. Expect restoration, but allow it to arrive with patience. When you feel peace, return offer thanks out loud. Gratitude cements miracles and invites more. A simple thank you. Lord, spoken from the chest, echoes in heaven more than you know. Finally, remember your worth is not a picture. Your destiny is not a post. You are a living soul loved beyond measure. No scheme can alter the portrait God painted of your life. Go now, keep the faith, follow the steps, and rest in the promise. Michael says, God protects, and your name remains sealed in light. When you need more guidance, come back, and I will speak with you again. And we will walk through every step until the blessing stands firm, my child. My beloved, stay with me a little longer. Do not let your eyes wander yet. Heaven is finishing what it began. There is one last layer to remove, one final knot to loosen. And your faith is the key, Michael says. Hold steady. When they need courage, give them courage. When they need rest, give them rest. This is the finishing edge. Now a clear step for protection. Create a small sacred space in your room. A corner with a candle, a glass of water, and your folded paper that says, I am free. Every night, sit there for 5 minutes and speak the words. Surround me, love. Restore me. Michael, guard me. Short, true, and repeated. Repetition is a rhythm that angels understand. Listen, do not obsess over the who and why right now. Focus on the how you reclaim your life, how you rebuild your boundaries, how you walk forward with dignity. Curiosity about the offender will steal your peace. Peace is the prize. Protect it jealously. If you feel tempted to share the story widely, do not. Privately tell one steady soul who will pray. Not gossip. A calm ear and a praying heart are worth more than 10 loud platforms. Michael says, prayer not posts will seal the victory. Expect small tests. The enemy loves repetition of pain. Starve it by speaking restoration. If you face mockery, answer with calm. A simple, I'm choosing peace disarms the loud and preserves your dignity. Peace looks stronger than anger. The world notices strength wrapped in silence, now a sign to look for a small, impossible kindness. It might be a call from an old friend with no agenda, a door that opens at work or These small, ordinary kindnesses are often the first visible threads of a larger restoration. Celebrate them. They are God's postcards saying, "I am working." You may feel tempted to test the outcome immediately, to seek proof, to demand evidence. Do not rush holiness. Let God reveal slowly so the heart can keep up. Sudden miracles are possible, but most blessings arrive like dawn. Slowly, then unmistakably. Wait with expectancy, not impatience. Expectation aligns you with what God sends. Impatience chases what He has reserved. Tonight, if you can step outside and breathe under the sky, look up. Let the vastness remind you, your problem is not the center of all things. God is. Perspective calms frantic hearts. Gratitude grows in open skies. Keep a quiet ritual of returning to breathe whenever fear rises. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold 2 counts. Exhale 6 counts, 3 times. This resets your nervous system and opens space for angelic presence. Spiritual work needs a body that can receive. Calm the body, and the spirit can settle. Go into the blessing. If you work with a counselor or a wise elder, tell them only what helps you heal. Use human help alongside heavenly help. Healing is collaborative, divine, communal, and practical. Do not mistake spiritual language for a replacement of common sense care. God honors a whole life approach. Forgiveness will come in stages. Do not force it. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or returning to the same space. It means releasing the power that pain holds over you. When you can say, "I release this to God" without trembling, you will have shifted from survival to sovereignty. Watch for prophetic nudges, a line from a song, a phrase in a bookstore, a clip that lands like an arrow. These are small confirmations God uses to keep your faith steady. Note them in your journal. They build a trail you can follow when doubts resurface. If someone reaches out in remorse, listen with guarded compassion. Let their actions prove change over time. A single apology does not rebuild trust. Steady change does. Michael's counsel *, allow time to be a filter *. Pray for your boundaries. Ask God to give you clear, kind edges, ways to say no without guilt and yes without boundaries are sacred architecture for a healed life. They preserve what God restores. Remember small celebrations. When a tiny door opens, mark it a candle, a quiet meal, a note to yourself. Gratitude makes the ordinary holy. It teaches your heart to recognize God's fingerprints. Small celebrations become a harvest of faith. If the person who sought harm suffers natural consequences, rejoice quietly for justice, not revenge. Let the universe correct itself while you stay anchored in mercy. Your peace is the prize, not their punishment. Victory rooted in bitterness will not last. Victory founded on peace will endure. Keep speaking the protective lines daily. I am sealed. I am free. I stand in God's light. Say them with authority when you wake, before you leave the house, and before you sleep. Repetition isn't rote. It is reinforcement of truth when restoration gathers. Don't rush to prove anything to anyone. Walk into new doors with humility and wisdom. Let your life be the testimony rather than the explanations. People who once doubted will notice. Let their noticing be your quiet vindication. If you are creative, consider creating something that marks this season. A small poem. Expressive art channels the emotional residue into beauty. God transforms broken things into praise. Art heals both the heart and the witness. Finally, keep hope as a daily discipline. Hope is not a feeling, it is a practice. Choose it each morning. Choose it when screens call for your attention. Choose it when the world whispers threats. Hope is the small, stubborn light that outlasts the night, my child. Michael leans close and places his palm over your beating heart. He says, Asterisk, you are more than the moment that threatened you. You are a legacy. You are a covenant. Walk forward, gentle and fierce. Heaven is with you, asterisk. Now go and calm purpose. Do the small, steady things. Guard your light. Expect the signs. Record the proofs. Keep faith. The miracle is not finished. It is only beginning. My beloved child, you have come this far. Do not stop now. The heavens are still writing, still unfolding your freedom. Every word you stayed with has been like a step across a bridge. And the bridge is leading you into, and the enemy swore you'd never reach. Michael stands at the end, beckoning asterisk just a little further. Do not turn back. The air is clearing. The spell is broken, asterisk. You may wonder, why did this happen to me? Why did someone target me with such darkness? The truth is simple but deep. Your light irritated their shadows. Your blessing reminded them of what they lacked. Instead of healing, they tried harming. Instead of building, they chose breaking. But here is the secret. Their choice of darkness has only revealed how unstoppable your light is. If you were not destined for greatness, no one would have bothered to bind your photo. Think of it. They chose your image because your face carries destiny. They feared what God had written into your eyes, your smile, your soul. They thought if they froze your picture, they could freeze your future. But they forgot one truth. No curse can compete with covenant, and your covenant is sealed in heaven's ink. Michael says, asterisk, let them rage, let them envy, let them scheme. Every arrow breaks against the shield of God. Every night falls apart when heaven breathes. Every attempt turns into a testimony, asterisk. Do not waste time asking why them. Instead, ask what now. Now you rise. Now you rebuild. Now you live with the authority that comes from surviving storms. My child, be prepared for restoration to come in unusual ways. It may not appear as the exact door you expected. A missed job may return as a better one. A lost relationship may be replaced by a bond you never thought possible. A closed path may give way to a new, higher road. Do not cling to old expectations. Let God surprise you. He delights in giving more than you dare to ask. There is also a warning. The enemy often makes a last attempt after being exposed. A final flare of noise, an attempt to drag you back into fear. If that comes, remember this. A cornered shadow is a weak shadow. They may shout, but their power is gone. Stand steady. Smile if you can. You are already on the other side. Tonight, before you sleep, repeat this phrase 3 times. I am untouchable in God's light. I am sealed by heaven's hand. I walk in freedom. Say it until you believe it. Say it until you feel warmth in your chest. That warmth is your soul agreeing with truth. If dreams come, pay attention. Not all dreams are noise. Some are messages. You may see water, birds, light, or numbers. These are confirmations. Record them. Pray over them. Let your spirit interpret them slowly in the days ahead. Michael says, the next season is sacred. They must not return to the circles that mocked them. They must not hand their energy back to the ones who drained it. Walk forward with holy boundaries. It may feel lonely at first, but remember, peace is better than crowded chaos. And soon, God will send new companions aligned with your spirit, safe for your heart. My beloved, let generosity be your new rhythm. Not reckless, giving, but purposeful generosity. A smile, a kind word, a prayer for a stranger. Every act of light multiplies your protection and pulls restoration faster. Darkness loses when you bless instead of curse. Do you feel it now? That quiet calm wrapping around your thoughts? That sense that you are not trembling like before? That is not emptiness, it is peace. It may feel strange at first because you have carried weight so long, but this is what freedom feels like. Gentle, quiet, strong. Good you are still here. Because you stayed, the scroll can be unrolled further. Michael smiles. The angels nod. God whispers, now I can trust them with more. Now I can place heavier blessings in their hands, And so, my child, prepare. The curse is undone. The future is unblocked. The blessing is already on the move. Your only task is to walk forward step by step with faith and gratitude. My beloved child, lean in closer. This is the moment the heavens have been waiting for. Michael's voice is not soft now. It is thundering across the skies. The chain has snapped. The curse has fallen apart. Now they must prepare for the signs, Yes, beloved, signs will follow. You will not walk in the dark guessing. God is a God of confirmation. He will show you proof, and it will be undeniable. You asked in silence, but how will I know the curse is broken, Heaven answers, look. The signs are already on their way, The first sign will be numbers repeating in strange places, receipts, clocks. Most often the number 7Y7, because it is the number of completion, the mark of finished battles. When you see it, whisper, it is done. That whisper will echo in heaven, and angels will not, for they know the curse has been cut away. The second sign will come as peace in the middle of chaos. Where you once panicked, you will suddenly feel calm. Warrior chest used to tighten. You will breathe easier. This is not a trick of the mind. It is a shift in the spirit. Michael says, that calm is their proof. That calm is their new armor, The third sign, a sudden truth will rise in your family. A secret hidden, a lie whispered for years will come into the open. Do not fear it. Do not fight it. Exposure is part of your healing. The darkness tried to stay in shadows, but the curse breaking shakes every mask loose. What was whispered in secret will be shouted in daylight. This is not punishment. It is purification. The fourth sign will be in your dreams. Pay attention when the light enters them. You may see a loved one who has passed smiling at you, reaching out a hand. This is not your imagination. It is their way of saying, we see you free. We see you safe. We see you walking forward again, Do not dismiss the dream. Write it down. It is a message wrapped in love. The fifth sign, doors that were jammed shut will move again. An application, a call, an opportunity you thought was gone, it will return. Not by your striving, but by divine timing, it will come quietly, almost unnoticed. But it will be undeniable. This is restoration, the return of what the enemy tried to steal. Michael says, tell them the curse delayed, but it did not destroy. The delay is over. Now begins the season of release, But beloved, you must guard your spirit. When the first sign comes, do not speak it to everyone. Not all ears can handle your miracle. Keep it close. Share it only with trusted hearts. And thank God in private. Private gratitude multiplies blessings. Loud bragging can attract envy again. Choose wisdom. If you feel weary in the days ahead, repeat this short prayer. God of light, seal me again. Michael of heaven, guard me again. Angels of mercy, surround me again. These words will be like a shield. Even whispered, they are strong. Even if spoken, heaven hears them. Now, beloved, about your family truth. Do not be afraid when the secret rises. It will sting, yes. It will shock, yes. But it will also set you free. The lie was a weight on your bloodline. The exposure is a release for generations to come. Michael says this truth was meant to reach them because they are the ones strong enough to hold it. You may cry when it happens. Let the tears come. Tears are not weakness. They are washing. Every tear is a river that carries away residue of the curse. Let them flow. Heaven counts every drop. Good you are still here. That means your spirit is not afraid. That means you are ready for the deeper layers of the message. The angels rejoice. Because most stopped too soon, but not you. And because you stayed, more revelation can come. Beloved child, the final proof will be joy. Joy that makes no sense. Joy that rises in the middle of ordinary days. One morning you will wake lighter, smile without reason, breathe easier, and you will know the curse is not just broken. It is forgotten by heaven. What once bound you has no memory in God's book. Michael whispers, now tell them, watch closely. For within 48 hours a sign will knock on their door. Small but divine. Do not ignore it. That sign is the beginning of their new chapter.